Evening, everyone. It's Tuesday evening around 6:30, and this is your video number 285. It's closing comment for today. Again, just to remind you, if you like the work, please subscribe to the channel. Retail sales boomed higher today, up 17.7% versus a 7.7% estimate. Industrial production was a little bit soft at up 1.4 versus an expected 2.6. Capacity utilization was 64.8 versus 64. Home builders and NAHB were both substantially higher. And before the open, the White House put out its plan for a $1 trillion infrastructure project, which helped the material stocks dramatically. And on the negative side, we had COVID-19 spikes in Texas and spikes in Beijing, bad enough that they have again closed all the schools. The futures had us up about 800 after strong European markets, up about 3.5%. And the Dow finished the day up 526, solidly higher on the day, up about 2%. NASDAQ was up just under 170, 1.75%. The S&P, as you can see, closed mid-range today, but also substantially higher, carrying through from yesterday's 1,000-point reversal in the Dow and $150 reversal in the S&P. The Russell was again the leader, up about 33 or 2.3%. And as usual, the transportations rounded it out, up 99, only 1.1%. Oil was higher by $1.26, closing 38.38. The gold was up 9.5 at 1736.5. Bitcoin slightly higher on a very narrow day at 95.30, up 90. The US dollar was down 0.28, and the bonds, which got off to a very rough start, down almost 2.5, finished down a little over 1.5. The internals of the market were strong, with the NYSE 4.5 to 1 up. Volume was also up slightly. The NASDAQ was up 3 to 1. Energy, materials, healthcare, info technology, and consumer discretionaries were all higher. In fact, all 11 S&P sectors were higher, with utilities the laggard. Eli Lilly had some big news today on the end point of a breast cancer therapy, and the stock closed up over 22 at 163, up 15%. Oracle had earnings after the close where they beat by 4 cents on the earnings but missed on revenues. And the stock, which was $54.59 up $1.34, traded down to $51.70, down $2.89. Norwegian Cruise Lines came out after the close. The stock had closed up 97 cents at 20.69, came out with an extension of cancellations for cruises and traded down to 18.25, down to 40, also taking Carnival and Royal Caribbean lower. On the plus side, McDonald's had pretty decent comparison numbers for the quarter and for the months. They are now 95% open, as opposed to a month ago 75%. The stock got a boost early up to 193, but fell back and was down to 187.5, closed just about right in the middle at 190.32, up only 83 cents. And Chesapeake, CHK, which was recently reverse split 1 for 200, and on a short covering rally, got up as high as 77.50, is again talking about bankruptcy, and the stock closed 1536, down 351. We had a good day. We came in with a position in CVS calls, which we sold half of on the 100% up rule at 250, then sold half again at 290, and we went home long a small position there, and no money involved, and they closed at 247. We also bought a down market in the gold. We bought Newmont mining calls at $1.55. After getting up to about $1.80, they finished the day at $1.53. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Roku. Roku was strong today and was up about $14 at about 121. But the real action was in the Roku July 17th, the normal July monthly calls. The 240 calls came into the day today with an open interest of 1,903 contracts, with a close at 10 cents. Remember, this is 100% out of the money, 121 to 240. They then traded 61,000 contracts and closed the day at 75 cents, up 65 cents, or 600%. And to give you an idea, it was not just the 240s, even the 190s, which at the close today were still 70 out of the money, closed at $1.60, up $1.31. Pretty spectacular. Okay, everyone, I'll be back in the morning. Hope you